Hey everyone! Welcome back to Native Speakers. I'm Sarah, and I'm originally from California. I've been teaching English for over 8 years, and I absolutely love helping people communicate confidently in English.
And I'm Johnny. I'm from London, England, and I've been teaching English communication for nearly a decade. Sarah and I have taught thousands of students, and we've noticed something absolutely shocking.
That's right. We've discovered that nearly all of our students, we're talking 97%, make the same critical mistake when dealing with invitations. And honestly, it's been ruining their conversations without them even knowing it.
So today, we're going to have a real conversation, just like two native speakers would, to show you exactly how to accept and refuse invitations without being rude, awkward, or offensive.
Stick with us until the end because we're going to share some secret phrases that native speakers use every single day. Trust me, this will change your English forever.
Let's dive right in, shall we?
All right, Johnny, let me start with a question. Imagine I say to you, "Hey, Johnny, we're having a dinner party this Saturday at 7 p.m. Would you like to come?"
Oh, that sounds lovely, Sarah. I'd love to come. What should I bring?
Perfect. Now, did everyone notice what Johnny just did? He didn't just say yes, he said, "I'd love to come," and then asked a follow-up question. That's natural enthusiasm.
Exactly. But here's where most English learners make their first mistake. They simply say, yes, okay, or yes, I will come.
Which isn't wrong grammatically, but it sounds...
Robotic, unnatural, like you're not actually excited or interested.
Right. So when accepting an invitation, you want to show enthusiasm. Let's give our viewers some powerful phrases. Johnny, what would you say if I invited you to a concert?
Oh, wow, I'd absolutely love to. That sounds amazing. What time does it start? Or I might say, that would be fantastic. Count me in. I've been wanting to see them for ages.
Beautiful. Notice the energy? I'd love to. That sounds amazing. Count me in. I've been wanting to. These phrases show genuine interest.
Now, here comes the big one. Sarah, imagine I'm busy on Saturday. How do most English learners refuse that dinner invitation?
Oh, I know this one. They usually say, "No, I can't," or "I'm busy," or even worse, "No, sorry."
And that's the massive mistake we're talking about.
When you just say, "No, I can't," in English, especially in American and British culture, it sounds incredibly rude and dismissive. It's like you're slamming a door in someone's face.
Absolutely. In English-speaking cultures, we use what linguists call softening language or cushioning. We don't hit people with direct rejection.
Let me give you a real-life example. Last month, my colleague invited me to her birthday party, but I had already committed to visit my parents that weekend. If I had just said, "No, I can't go," she would have felt hurt and rejected.
So what did you actually say?
I said, "Oh, that's so sweet of you to invite me. I really wish I could make it, but unfortunately, I've already planned to visit my parents that weekend. I'm so sorry to miss it. Could we maybe grab coffee the following week to celebrate?"
Perfect. Let's break down what Sarah just did because this is absolutely crucial. First, she acknowledged the invitation positively. That's so sweet of you to invite me.
Then I expressed regret. I really wish I could make it.
Then she gave a legitimate reason. I've already planned to visit my parents.
I apologized. I'm so sorry to miss it.
And finally, and this is genius, she offered an alternative. Could we grab coffee the following week?
That last part is the secret sauce. When you offer an alternative, you're showing the person you do want to spend time with them, just not at that specific time. It protects the relationship.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but Johnny, isn't that too much? Can't I just say I'm busy?
Technically, yes, but let me ask you this. Do you want to just get by in English, or do you want to sound sophisticated, polite, and native-like?
Exactly. Let's practice some real scenarios. Sarah, invite me to something and I'll show a bad refusal versus a good refusal.
Okay, Johnny, a group of us are going hiking this Sunday morning. Want to join us?
No, I don't like hiking.
Ouch, that hurt. That sounded like you not only don't want to come, but you're also judging my activity.
Right. Now let me do it properly. Oh, that's really kind of you to think of me. Hiking sounds great, but to be honest, I'm not much of an early morning person and I've been really exhausted from work this week. I think I need to catch up on sleep, but I'd love to join you guys for something else soon, maybe a dinner or movie night.
Now that's how a native speaker does it. You were honest, you gave a valid reason, and you kept the door open for future invitations.
And here's a critical cultural note. In English-speaking countries, especially the UK and the US, being direct with no is considered very impolite unless you're extremely close friends or family.
Even with close friends, we still soften it. For example, with my best friend, I might say, I wish I could, but I'm absolutely swamped this week. Rain check?
Rain check is a brilliant phrase, by the way. It means let's postpone this to another time. Super casual and friendly.
Let me share another real-life mistake I witnessed. I had a student named Miguel from Spain. He was invited to his manager's barbecue, and he said, and I quote, "No, I don't eat meat."
Oh no.
His manager was so offended. Miguel thought he was just being honest, but he didn't realize that his response made it sound like he was rejecting the entire invitation because of one detail.
What should he have said instead?
He should have said, "That's so generous of you to invite me. I'd love to come, though I should mention I'm actually a vegetarian. Would it be okay if I brought a veggie dish to share? I don't want to cause any extra trouble."
Brilliant. See, he's still accepting the invitation, addressing the dietary issue politely, and even offering a solution. That's sophisticated English communication.
Now, let's talk about different levels of formality, because refusing your boss is different from refusing your friend.
Absolutely. Sarah, invite me to something formal, like a work event.
Johnny, we're hosting a company networking event next Friday evening. We'd be delighted if you could attend.
Thank you so much for the invitation, Sarah. I really appreciate being included. Unfortunately, I have a prior commitment that evening that I can't reschedule. Please know that I would have loved to attend, and I hope there will be other opportunities to participate in future events.
Perfect professional refusal. Notice how formal and respectful that was? Prior commitment sounds much more professional than "I'm busy."
And I hope there will be other opportunities shows you're interested in future involvement. Your boss will appreciate that.
Now, let's do a casual one. Johnny, hey, want to grab drinks after work today?
I'd love to, but I'm absolutely knackered today. Long week, you know? How about next Tuesday instead?
Knackered. That's such a British word. For our American viewers, that means extremely tired.
Right, and notice how casual that was. I'd love to, but is such a useful structure. It shows interest first, then explains why you can't.
Let me teach you guys another powerful structure. I wish I could, but this is perfect for refusals because it immediately shows regret. For example, I wish I could join you for lunch, but I've got back-to-back meetings all day.
Or, I wish I could help you move this weekend, but I've actually thrown out my back and I can't lift anything heavy.
Now, here's something interesting. Sometimes you might not want to go to something, and you don't have a real excuse. What do you do then?
The classic dilemma. This is where you need to be a bit creative while still being honest enough to maintain integrity.
Right. You can use vague but valid reasons, like, "I've already got plans that day," or "I've got a lot on my plate right now," or "I'm trying to take it easy this week."
These are all truthful. Your plans might be resting at home, your full plate might be personal time, and taking it easy is completely valid.
The key is delivery. You have to say it warmly and with genuine regret in your voice. If you say, "I've got plans," in a cold, dismissive tone, people will know you're not interested.
Let's practice tone for a second. Johnny, say, "I can't make it," in a rude way. I can't make it.
Now say the same words, but kindly.
I can't make it.
Hear the difference? The words are identical, but the tone completely changes the meaning. This is why practicing with native speakers is so important.
Now, let's discuss a tricky situation. What if someone keeps insisting after you've already refused?
Oh, this is so important. Some cultures are more pushy about invitations, and you need to know how to hold your ground politely.
Let's role play this. Sarah, invite me to something and be really insistent.
Johnny, you have to come to my party. Everyone will be there. Come on, just for an hour.
Sarah, I really appreciate you wanting me there, and it sounds like it'll be a great time, but I genuinely can't make it work this Saturday. I hope you have an amazing time, though, and I'd love to see photos afterward.
And if I keep pushing?
I really wish I could, Sarah, but my answer has to be no for this one. Let's definitely plan something soon, though.
See that? Firm, but kind. You repeated the refusal, but you remained warm and friendly. You didn't get angry or defensive.
Here's another crucial tip. Sometimes people feel obligated to give a detailed excuse, and that's where they get into trouble.
Yes, I've seen students create elaborate lies, and then they get caught later. You don't need to explain every detail.
A simple, I have family commitments or I have personal plans is completely acceptable. Native speakers don't interrogate each other about reasons.
Unless they're really close friends, and even then, it's more out of concern than nosiness.
Let me share a funny personal story. When I first moved to America, I invited my neighbor to a dinner party, and she said, "Oh, bless your heart, that's so sweet, but I'm afraid I can't make it."
Oh no, did she say, bless your heart?
She did, and I thought it was a lovely compliment, but my American friend later told me that in the southern U.S., bless your heart can sometimes be a polite insult.
It depends on the context, but this shows how complex English communication can be. The same phrase can mean different things.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about accepting invitations when you're not 100% sure you can attend.
Great point. Johnny, how would you handle this? There's a party next month, but you're not sure if you'll be in town.
That sounds wonderful. I'm not entirely sure about my schedule for next month yet, but I'd definitely love to come if I'm around. Could I let you know closer to the date?
Perfect. You showed interest, you were honest about the uncertainty, and you asked for flexibility. That's mature communication.
Here's another scenario. What if you want to bring someone with you? A +1 situation.
Good question. Johnny, you're invited to my wedding.
Oh my goodness, congratulations. I'm so honored to be invited. This might be a bit cheeky to ask, but would it be possible to bring my partner? If not, that's totally fine and I completely understand.
Excellent. A bit cheeky is a lovely British phrase that means a bit bold or presumptuous. And notice how Johnny made it easy for me to say no by adding, if not, that's totally fine.
That's called giving someone an out. You're not putting pressure on them.
Now, let's talk about the follow-up. If someone invites you and you refuse, should you follow up later?
Great question. If it's a close friend or important professional contact, yes, send a message after the event. Hope the party was amazing. Sorry I couldn't make it. Let's catch up soon.
This shows you were thinking about them and you still care about the relationship. It's a small gesture that makes a big difference.
All right, let's do some rapid-fire practice scenarios. Sarah, throw invitations at me and I'll respond quickly.
Want to join my book club?
That sounds really interesting, but I'm honestly struggling to keep up with my current reading list. Maybe I could join as a guest for one session to see if it works for me.
Can you volunteer at the school fundraiser?
I think it's wonderful what you're doing. Unfortunately, I'm completely maxed out with commitments right now, but I'd be happy to donate instead if that helps.
Come to yoga class with me tomorrow morning.
Oh, I'd love to try it, but tomorrow's really hectic for me. Do you go regularly? Maybe I could join you next week instead?
Fantastic responses. Notice how Johnny was positive, honest, and often offered alternatives?
That's the golden rule. Always try to keep the relationship strong, even when declining.
Before we wrap up, let's address one more thing. What about invitations you receive via text or email?
Brilliant point. Written refusals need extra care because you don't have tone of voice or body language to convey warmth.
Use emojis sparingly but strategically. A sad face emoji can show genuine regret. Exclamation points can show enthusiasm.
For example, "Oh no, I just checked my calendar and I'm already booked that day." Sad face. "I'm so sorry to miss it." Rain check?
Perfect. The exclamation and sad face add warmth that plain text lacks.
But don't overdo it. Sorry, 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 weeping face emojis looks insincere and dramatic.
Exactly. 1 or 2 emojis maximum for professional contacts. With friends, you can be more casual.
All right, everyone, let's recap what we've learned today about accepting and refusing invitations without being rude.
First, when accepting invitations, show genuine enthusiasm. Don't just say yes. Use phrases like "I'd love to," or "That sounds amazing," or "Count me in."
Second, when refusing, never just say "No, I can't." Always use the cushioning technique. Acknowledge the invitation positively, express regret, give a brief reason, apologize, and ideally offer an alternative.
Third, adjust your formality level. Professional refusals need more careful language than casual ones with friends.
Fourth, your tone matters just as much as your words. Practice saying refusals warmly and with genuine regret.
Fifth, you don't need to over-explain or create elaborate excuses. Simple, vague reasons like "I have prior commitments" are perfectly acceptable.
And finally, follow up after events you missed to show you care about the relationship.
Remember, mastering invitation responses is about cultural understanding, not just grammar. You're learning to communicate like a true native speaker.
If you found this lesson helpful, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We post new lessons every week here on Native Speakers.
And drop a comment below telling us what's the most awkward invitation situation you've experienced in English. We read every single comment.
Also, give us a thumbs up if you learned something new today. It really helps us reach more English learners like you.
Next week, we're covering another topic that 95% of English learners get wrong: how to disagree without starting an argument. You won't want to miss that.
Until then, keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, every conversation is an opportunity to improve. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Native Speakers.